Hello, hi, and welcome to Meaningful Mondays with me, Rashmi Shetty, a space where I share my life lessons. And today's life lesson is actually a masterclass that I got on one of the most important body language nuances called the smile, a nonverbal cue that we use for very different reasons. But the power of it, I got from a listener. This is early on in my RJing career where we were drilled during our training saying that please make sure when you speak, your listener can visualize your smile. It's very important that the smile should be heard, and I never understood what it meant. A few days into the show, and I got slotted in the morning chunk. So it was the 11 to 5 timings that I would be the English jock. Kind of settled there, all in the radio rotated our duties, and I was put in the evening slot. So it was my very first evening schedule, and a good friend was the Kannada RJ at that point of time. So we were both very excited. We were slotted together. And this particular day, when I was to reach, I got caught in a huge traffic jam. So if your show starts at 5, you're supposed to reach by 4:30 so that you kind of settled mentally, emotionally to take the show forward because it's all live. And this day, I had no clue about this traffic jam and it just did not move. So I got off the vehicle and I started literally running because it was quite a distance when the vehicles just were caught in a because of a political rally. I managed to reach the studios, and when I looked up to see the clock, it was 4:59. And 5 o'clock the show begins, which means 4:59 40 seconds, the news signature tune goes on air. So the Kannada RJ told me, relax, I'll handle it for the next 3 minutes, then you can come. I said, no, already 2 hours, so you go, I'll manage. The newsreader was ready, and so at 5 o'clock, played the signature tune, and the newsreader read the news, and she left after 3 minutes. I had enough time to play the ads, the other signature tunes that had to go on air, and because at 5, a new RJ takes over, it is mandatory that we announce who's on air because it's not the same RJ every day like in private stations. So I had to think of a short, crisp way of saying who was on air, and therefore just pulled up the fader and I said, good evening, you're tuned into 101.3 FM Rainbow with me, Rashmi Shetty. Our topic after this song. I pulled down the fader and played the longest song on the playlist that I had in front of me. So within a few seconds, I was surprised when the first message that popped in was, hi Rashmi, how come you're not smiling today? Automatically, the first thing I did was smile when I read the message. And I understood the masterclass on a quote that I had read long back for communication saying, be the reason for someone's smile because you never know how you could change that moment for the person. And I understood what it meant because instantly I smiled and I was so happy that there was one person who had heard me before because the message didn't have a name, so I didn't know who it was. But somebody who had heard me before who has tuned in now. And there I understood that the biggest sea of communication is connection. And the way we connect to people many a time is not verbally, invariably non-verbal. It's these kind of lessons that I have learned in my journey as a communicator that I share in a program that I've put together called as Vani, which is the virtual articulation narrating instrument, which is your voice. And all of us are blessed with good voices. It's just little things that we need to do in order to make sure that the best part of our voice comes out. So if you're interested or you know anyone who's interested, do make sure she writes in to rashmi.thethirdeye@gmail.com or sends me a message on 9844257627. Thank you so much in advance. Stay safe, stay blessed.